at 11 a.m. Thanks for joining. You got myself, Ray Albouchard, CEO of BayWa Canada, here on the line. Just for the introduction, you won't have to listen to me the whole time, don't worry. And then we've got Tiffany as well from Solis, so thank you for being here. This is part of a series we put on with our vendor partners, and so really happy to have Solis join us here for today and tell us all about their products. But as you know from dealing with us over the years, continuing education is so important to BayWa and something we really push within our organization and outside of it as much as we can. So anytime we have these opportunities, we're very happy to share with you. So just a reminder, some housekeeping things before we start. This webinar will be recorded. We'll post it to our YouTube channel fairly shortly after the release, and then we'll also put it onto our monthly newsletter. So if you haven't already signed up to the YouTube channel, please do. We're always adding content, and we're trying to make it relevant. We're trying to make it fun, and so do that the best you can. I think what we'll do with the questions today is we'll wait until the end. We'll compile them all, and so if you have a question, please feel free to type it at the bottom right of your screen there. I think there's an area that you can do that. But without further ado, I think I'm ready to introduce you, Tiffany, and then I'll sleek away and jump off of the camera for a little bit. But thank you for being here, and I'll let you maybe give yourself the introduction from there. So thanks.
Great, thank you. And thanks, of course, to BayWa for having Solis. We're very excited to join the webinar today. And let me make sure I've got the right screen set up here for you. Maybe. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go off camera so I can present. But again, please put your questions in the Q&A. Absolutely welcome them. And again, thank you for BayWa for having us. Excited to talk to you guys about how we're powering Canada with some of our solutions, especially being flexible and scalable solar plus storage. We're the largest pure play string inverter supplier to North America. And this is based, of course, on global shipments as well from Wood Mackenzie data. So first, again, looking at the agenda, we're going to give you a quick overview of who we are, just a quick recap of Solis if you're not familiar or new to our organization, as well as deep dive into our full commercial portfolio, really with a focus and in-depth look at our new commercial hybrid family. And then I'm going to showcase also some customer-centric features for the Canadian market that we do have to help enable more simplified solar. So of course, who is Solis? So bringing in winning solar solutions to people and businesses worldwide. We operate in over 100 countries globally. We have several accolades, number 3 in global PV shipments for the past 4 years, making us the largest pure play string inverter in North America. We have Bloomberg NEF Tier 1 PV inverter manufacturer recognition, as well as ranked by EU PV Research as a top supplier for the past 10 years. We're listed in Forbes China's top 50 enterprises as well. And so there's 4,500 of us spanned globally, and 800 of those are in our R&D team. So we're always ongoing product development and feature sets that fit the markets that we participate in. We have over 80 gigawatt capacity in manufacturing, as well as 100 gigawatts supplied globally with over $3 billion in assets. We're celebrating our 20-year history this year. One of the key differentiators, and at least how we have solidified our space in the marketplace, is really reducing time on site by offering that best-in-class service. It helps to save you time and money by reducing time spent on issue resolution. The way we approach service is every call is logged in CRM. 96% of our tickets are replied to within the first hour, and 100% of those are handled within the first 48 hours. And from there, they're expedited, whether they're RMAs. We also have native Spanish speakers on the line as well as if we do have to perform on-site service calls, those tickets are also expedited and ranked through that 48-hour process, where we at least have a resolution plan set in place. This is leading our industry. We're leading our industry in terms of wait times as well, with under a minute average wait time. We also want to provide tools to help our partners and installers succeed. This includes design and technical support available at our service portal. This has searchable alarm codes, in-depth video and document library. We also offer derating, commissioning, and in-depth product training if required for you and your installation teams, as well as, again, this full library of app downloads, video knowledge base, as well as we have a PV string sizer on that platform. We also have O&D or PS-CAD files available to help you better design and spec in the Solis product, as well as we will support you on single line drawing or quote support if you need help navigating the different SKUs or finding the right product fit for a certain use case. All of our products are equipped with intelligent monitoring. This is our Solis Cloud platform is what we call. This is additional tools that we try to help ensure uptime and performance. This platform includes things like O&M tools, which utilize smart AV curve scanning, comprehensive system health reports, string level fault detection, as well as real-time intelligent alarm systems. It also offers preventative measures to help reduce truck rolls. This is in terms of utilizing that system analysis data to anticipate and address those issues proactively. Also plant management, so you can have statistical analysis and manage all of your sites at a cloud view, as well as, present those benefits clearly to customers as through commissioning, plant, energy, and inverter reports. Also efficient debugging tools that are locally accessible via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi for streamlined troubleshooting. Solis is engineered for every application. So just a quick look at the comprehensive portfolio that we do offer in Canada. This goes all the way down to a 3.6 kilowatt residential grid-tied inverter, all the way up to your large scale 350 kilowatt, 1500 volt DC workhorse. So new within that residential platform, we've got a high and low voltage hybrid inverter option. Both of these are now available. So we've got a 3.8 to 11.4 high voltage, as well as an up to 16 kilowatt low voltage hybrid that has integrated bypass and pass through. So a couple of that rounded out residential platform, as well as on the commercial grid type space, we've got 25 to 125 kilowatt three-phase units. 2 of those are low voltage. Again, really comprehensive platform, any power class to really fit any need you're looking for. We'll go over the commercial hybrid inverter series that rounds out that portfolio, as well as the large and small utility or community solar inverters from 125 to 185, 600 volt AC, as well as 255, 250, 300, and 350. So with lots of product options from an inverter portfolio standpoint. And again, all of these are powered and monitored by Solis Cloud with extendable warranty options as well. So our standard warranty is 10 years, but customers can extend those if they're willing to pay for the extended options. And now we're going to jump into the commercial hybrid inverter. We're so excited about bringing this product to the market. This rounds out that C&I product portfolio that we just had a glance at from grid-tied inverters. Now we have the small C&I hybrid, and then also from a roadmap perspective, we are looking at adding for next year a large C&I hybrid. This would go up to 150 kilowatts. We're thinking time frame around end of next year, just to really make that portfolio even more robust, and also from solar plus storage perspective, better support the commercial marketplace. The C&I hybrid solution has 4-in-1 functionality, and so that means that it can be highly integrated, easily compatible, highly reliable, and simplify O&M. It does this from having these 4 functions integrated from battery smart charge and discharging, PV generation, on-off grid switching and genset, as well as smart energy management system. A lot of your comprehensive commercial cabinet solutions have these solutions with corresponding modules, so separate modules do those same functions. So essentially you're integrating the functions into one powerhouse inverter to simplify the system and have basically 4 functions in one. Oops, I always miss that slide, sorry. So quick look at the product SKU introduction. Again, there's 5 SKUs within this family. You can see the inverter from front, side to side, bottom to back. On the bottom, you can see the different ports that we're going to go through as well, and look at the SKUs and kind of understanding them because they are lengthy SKUs. So S6 meaning the 6th generation EH energy hybrid. The 3P indicates it's a 3-phase inverter, and then the 30 to 60K would integrate the power output option that you've selected, as well as 3 or 4 indicates what MPPTs the unit has. So our 30K low voltage and 30K high voltage units have 3 MPPTs, while the other power classes have 4. NV indicates that standard 480 volt. LV would indicate the 208, 240 volt option. YD indicates the display LCD screen, and then H, of course, is compatible with high voltage, and US being the US version. And then, of course, then we have integrated RSD transmitters, so you would add on to that SKU whatever transmitter you're looking for, whether it's -APST for the APS rapid shutdown or R-RSS for the Tide-Bill RSD. And so now a deeper look at the hybrids feature set. So there's several items that make this product more flexible and streamlined. And so being that it has usable PV power up to 200%, inverter rated power, so 200% oversizing helps improve that utilization of PV generation as well as make it flexible in deployment. And it supports 40 amps of PV input current. Again, you're eliminating clipping and supporting those bifacial modules that are super high powered in the marketplace. Compatible with a very wide range of battery modules, this helps drive down system costs and enhance flexibility, so you can be really selective on the type of batteries you wish to utilize, as well as faster charging with battery current of up to 140 amps supported, so that ensures uninterrupted power in the event of an outage. Now, also, we know a pain point and some issues we've heard from customers is that these screens are big points of failure in solar. So we've partnered with a new international brand with an industrial grade 7-inch screen to help ensure that you can still do local configuration and monitoring if you choose. This product also has 2 independent battery connections. This is great for flexible configurations, as well as capacities. You can mix and match battery types, voltages, brands, as you scale up from a provider perspective. It also supports a wide power range of generator connections from 10 to 50 kilowatts. So again, further flexibilities on the configurations. As I'm sure you guys understand, commercial storage, every site's super different. So it's nice to have flexibility in an inverter that you can really scale up to whatever the customer is looking to do. Also, powerful backup overload capacity. Again, 160% capacity ensures better efficiency in outages and ensures that seamless switchover of the loads it's supporting. It supports flexible PV connection through DC or AC coupling schemes. So again, great for retrofitting or expanding existing systems or creating new systems and expanding later. You can support the battery reserve function in multiple scenarios. We have a smart load port flexibility, so you can extend support for critical loads, AC couple, or add a generator, or even an independent large load. So again, you can be really flexible with the product and how you plan on deploy the commercial storage solution. We can support up to max 6 pieces in parallel, expanding system capacity up to 500 kilowatts. We have seamless on-grid or off-grid switching with less than 10 milliseconds. As well as unique to this product, it's NEMA 4X rated. So again, we can be more flexible in the placement of the product as well, and safe from water ingress. Ultimately, from a hybrid perspective, we're looking to reduce our O&M with that redundancy built in, as opposed to these large cabinet solutions with liquid cooling being a factor. Again, you have to shut down the entire system to operate on these systems. With having the battery and the inverter separated, you have the opportunity to install separately and allow for quick replacement or troubleshooting in the event of failure and not shut down the entire system from functioning. As well as we do have redundant fan cooling systems within the product to ensure that optimal temperature regulation, enabling maintenance-free operation. Again, lower failure rate and reduce maintenance costs overall during the life cycle of the system. These are some of the typical working scenarios. Again, it's a super flexible inverter for a variety of use cases, so you can really fulfill the customer's needs now as well as if they change later on. So these are different working modes of the hybrid system, from zero export, self-use, peak shaving, arbitrage, time of use, retrofitting, uninterrupted power supply assurance, storage upgrades, smart load management, and even act as a microgrid. So again, super flexible deployment scenarios that can be also changed later on too. So as we launch this new product, there's some key things that we want our customers or potential customers to understand in deploying this new commercial hybrid. First and foremost, we're going to continue to innovate this product. So things are going to change. So right now, we can only parallel 6 units, but we're currently undergoing testing of up to 10. So we're looking forward to see the results of this testing so we can bring that 10 parallel capability to our customers. Also, 200% oversizing is actually limited on the 60 kilowatt power class to 166%, and that's generally due to the MPPT current restrictions that we do have with the product. Again, there's no bypass integrated into this commercial hybrid. We want customers to know that a third-party bypass is required, especially if you want to ensure adequate load backup. In the commercial use case, like a hospital, for example, this is a non-negotiable, especially to ensure the best customer experience. So we do recommend an automatic bypass third-party solution for that. You can utilize a manual bypass switch as well, but that's only recommended if the loads are not essential. We do offer, again, I mentioned our rapid shutdown transmitter options. This is completely integrated and not generally the case with our competition. We're also on track for UL 3141 or PCS coming at the end of this year. We do have UL 1741 already, but we're excited to expand our certification process to that extended UL certification at the end of this year. The two-way 240 volt option is not capable of the high leg delta configuration. This is not the case with our grid-tied commercial products that are two-way 240. They are capable of high leg delta, but we wanted just to ensure that you guys understood because of the hybrid topology, we're not capable to be the high leg delta configuration. Also, every inverter does come free with one data logger in order to connect effectively to our Solis cloud, but that data logger is Wi-Fi LAN. So we want to let customers know that if you're in the case where you do require cellular function, we could help you get those correct SKU for the data logger that's required for purchase for the cellular function. So a breakdown on where Solis wins in this hybrid marketplace, really by three key factors, one of them being capability. So lots of features enable our capability from wide battery voltage ranges, fast switch times, high charge discharge currents, larger input current, intelligent control or prioritizing loads, and up to that 200 amp hours of battery supported. Flexibility is enabled by things like our wide ecosystem of not only rapid shutdown, but communications and battery suppliers, as well as flexible MPPTs, 2 independent battery connections where you can mix and match regardless of brand and battery type, as well as AC and DC coupling scheme, smart port, wide generator flexibility, and again, that RSD transmitter integrated. And then ultimately, it's viability from a solution standpoint. Not only can we be more cost effective than current solutions on the marketplace today, is that we have a robust service and support system and network that backs it, as well as a global backing as well. And these are some use case scenarios of the commercial hybrid that it's already been deployed throughout Europe as well as Asia Pacific. So we're super excited to finally get it here in the States and Canada. So it's already been deployed and functioning great, and so we get it finally. We're so excited. We're also working with a great partner of BayWa's is Soluna from a battery storage perspective. On the residential side, we do already have UL 9540 with our high voltage hybrid inverter with several of the Soluna products. So that's something to keep in mind, as well as our low voltage residential will be UL 9540 with their 10K LV pack in October. But since we're focusing on the commercial hybrid, Soluna is going to be UL 9540 with us with their PowerCell 60. Great product that comes fully assembled, ready to use, smart dual loop air cooling, 3-level fire protection, and really great temperature control. Again, we're looking for that certification in Q1 2026. So we're very excited with that partnership with Soluna as well. And now I'm going to jump to what are some unique features or at least solutions that apply directly to you being a Canadian installer. And one of those is our 600 volt AC family, very unique to us on the grid tied side. And that includes 2 product families. There's the 125 to 255 plus, and then the 250 to 350. Within those families, there's 2 600 volt AC products, the 125 and the 185. And then there's also a 250 kilowatt 600 volt AC within that other family. Unique with these products is low startup voltage. This ensures longer system operation and better energy capture throughout the day, as well as that wide tracking range and multiple MPPT options really gives you more flexibility in design. There's some different options here and the string lengths that are available with these different products. Again, Solis is all about flexibility and enabling easier install and design. For direct MC4 connections is integrated into the product, as well as Y cables supported and in-field string combining. This ensures fast, secure installation, but also replacement. So again, reducing your O&M costs and helping eliminate also BOS costs by reducing the need for combiner boxes with these solutions. We also have fuse-free design really with all of our grid type products. This helps eliminate common failure points and reduces maintenance overall. Additionally, with this product is we have granular string level monitoring, which is great to identify issues direct at the string level for remote control, and of course the local intelligent IV scan function as well is super useful for O&M. Also, integrated DC disconnects within these products help you ensure issues can be resolved without shutting down the entire inverter and really losing system performance. You can change settings and resolve issues and update firmware remotely as well via Solis Cloud. Weather ratings. So as you guys know, in Canada, you have some weather as opposed to like what I get in Tucson, Arizona. So ambient temperatures of -40 degrees and above do not affect the normal operation at rated temperature ranges. So what that means is Solis has a low operating temperature rating of -30 Celsius. It'll delay its operation until the ambient temperature reaches a minimum of that -30. But once the inverter starts and connects to the grid, it will continue to operate even though that ambient temperature drops below -30 because we generate heat in the inverter, which keeps the internal temperature higher than outside. So again, it helps us perform better in those cooler temperatures. We looked into some weather data in Alberta, Canada, and it shows that our inverters are exposed to these temperatures of -30 or less for less than a week per year, which occurs mostly during night and very low radiance hours. So we can still really perform really well during the day, even though we do see those temperatures, of course, in the wintertime in Canada. Also in Canada, we can't prevent freezing of these products, right? Especially fans can freeze due to inactivity. During the long cold nights that we have in Canada, frozen fans can trigger a fan H alarm, which leads to operational challenges, service calls, and we've invented a firmware solution that helps keep these fans in intermittent rotation to help prevent from freezing. This intermittent rotation feature keeps the fans constantly rotating at a low speed during the night to deter from that freezing. Again, this setting's available through the display of the product as well as through Solis Cloud, and we can also help you update the firmware to ensure that you have the most up-to-date firmware, and we can help you set the date range and temperature in which you want this feature activated. So, say it's only from December to February, and it needs to get to this temperature from a freezing standpoint. So we can help you not only enable this feature, but of course, ensure it functions properly and works well to ensure you don't receive that fan freezing alarm. We have integrated our fault detection as standard with our products. Again, this accurately detects the fault at the MPPT level. So this allows for quick isolation. It's a robust fault-tolerant algorithm, meaning fewer false alarms. We can decrease O&M costs and help increase your confidence in the system, and really then isolate the problem at the MPPT level as well. We offer shade and wire covers with all of our products. These are popular for protecting inverter from damage or possible degradation due to the elements. This is for all of our commercial and 1500 volt products. There's easy installation, as well as I want to call out the screen as a separate piece so that you can still also monitor and utilize the LCD screen without removing the entire shade cover. We also offer derating. As you guys are familiar with, many utilities are requiring this to limit the output power and current of the inverter. We have a standardized process through our service department that helps ensure that your products are rated at the required level. We really do not recommend going below 30%. And then, of course, it's not changeable. It's password protected and accepted by many utilities. We do provide a Solis approved letter as well as new labels for the products that are derated through this process. And then we also work to meet zero export requirements. Again, we have many utilities that are requiring zero export throughout Canada, and we try to enable this as easily as possible through our products. First, on the single phase side, we have the high voltage and low voltage hybrid. This comes standard with our products. There's a meter already included that makes these products capable of supporting zero export requirements. On the grid tied single phase side, we utilize the Solis Export Power Manager that I'll talk about in a little bit. as well as on the three-phase side, we have several options. So our 208 volt and 480 volt 1000 volt DC platform works well with the Solis Export Power Manager to fulfill those requirements. If you're looking for 600 volt AC or above on the 1500 volt DC product line, right now we are utilizing a third-party option through firmware and the Accu Energy meter. So again, it's not a Solis solution, but we can help you get equipped in the third-party solution for zero export. Our new commercial hybrids also come standard. So those are already equipped with zero export requirements as well. So that's a great advantage that we're excited about with these new hybrids, that it makes it even easier now having the new hybrids. For zero export, again, this is the export power manager that we offer. This limits speed and power to match those requirements without additional software. You can monitor up to 10 inverters simultaneously. Also continuous power generation and load consumption monitoring as well. You can achieve reactive power compensation of the system, and the control accuracy is up to 3%. So this just enables, again, further requirements that's unique to the Canadian market. I think with that, I'm sorry if I went too fast, but I'd love to open it up to questions, giving us enough time to have questions for everybody, and please put them in the chat.
Yeah, please do if you have any questions. I don't see any yet. So let's give a few minutes. Perhaps some will come in. Oh, I thought we had one, but here we go. So here's a question for you, Tiffany. It says, did you say for zero export that we need third-party software or equipment?
Yes, with the certain product family. So if the product is 600 volts AC or the 1500 volt DC family, it will require the third-party solution for zero export. So we're working on alternative Solis provided solutions, but that's all we have right now from a zero export for just that family. All the other single phase and three-phase families are supported for zero export.
Okay. So the only exceptions are the 600 volt AC or the 1500 volt DC.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, I just put that out to everybody. Great. Now, I'm not great with these questions, and let me see if I can open it up here in a different one. All right. We do have a few of them, actually. Here's one. It says, any plan to add AC disconnects to larger inverters?
Oh, I'm not sure on that one. I would love to get back to that person. Any plan on AC disconnects?
Okay.
On which inverters? The larger ones?
Yeah, larger inverters. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask my team and see.
Okay. I'll send that out. I know how to use this system now all of a sudden. Okay, for the 208 volt productions, what is the startup DC voltage? I think what that meant was for the 208 volt products, what is the startup DC voltage?
I believe it's, oh, I would have to look at the data sheet.
Okay. I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. I can jump to the next question.
Yeah.
It says, can you explain further the zero export, I think feature is what's meant to be written here. Can you explain further the zero export feature?
Let me look at the data sheet. Hold on.
Okay.
So I guess it depends on what they're looking for, from a zero export standpoint. I'm not sure like what else you would look for other than accomplishing the zero export function.
Yeah, so essentially nothing can travel back to the grid, essentially is what we're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't, and feel free, Whoever wrote that, if you'd like to clarify, maybe I'm sure maybe we're not given the full answer, but if you want to clarify, please do.
Yeah. Oh, and the startup voltage for the low voltage grid tied products is 195.
Grid tie 208 volt products. The startup voltage is 195 VDC. Okay. Sent that out. Good. Is there a data logger that connects to Wi-Fi/LAN included with each inverter?
It is included with our hybrid products.
Okay.
I think it's still required for purchase for the grid tied product.
Okay. With grid tie products. Okay. Hopefully everybody can see the answers that I'm posting there. I'm typing them as we go. So, okay. Okay, so I think somebody else was asking which inverter does the data logger come with, which ones it's included, so we can jump that one. Where do we get more information on the 600 volt / 1500 volt third-party devices? I think,
yeah,
maybe if I can take this, I thought we were dealing with firmware for one of them. Is that correct?
Yes. So
okay.
I if I can put it in the chat. I actually have their brochure handy. If people can see it, if I put it in the chat, the link to their brochure that covers all their devices, including that export power manager device. It's like a gateway.
Okay. And so I wanted to just note that also we do carry firmware products, and I had Keith from our team message me saying that, you know, either Keith or Trevor are good options. If you check out our web shop, you will see there are 2 SKUs on firmware already, but feel free as well to reach out to our team. Okay, so just never done this before, so wanting to get to as good of answers as we can here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. These questions are helpful for me too.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. Per the 30K low voltage US data sheet, there appears to be an AC switch in the product image. I think that was maybe just a comment.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was an actual question. Is there already an AC switch? Is that why?
Yes, for the smaller ones. So that 25 to 60 kilowatt family has a separable wiring box as well as that AC switch.
Okay, separate what kind of wiring box? Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't catch that. So just a separate wiring box.
Wiring box and AC switch on it.
Okay,
and that's
perfect.
A small family of our grid tied 1000 volt.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Putting that out there. Okay, here's a different question. Let me read it real quick. Okay. The zero export inverters come with a feature, and do they have a certification number or a certificate / label that comes along for the sake of audits? Or is it just part of the data sheet, Tiffany?
For the hybrid, I guess I'd be curious to know an example of what the certification requirement is for zero export. Because I mean, it's new to us as well, but I mean, our hybrids are capable of it. And I don't know, I mean, I don't know if there's a certification in which we're meeting that it makes that more, you know, viable from a utility perspective. I'm assuming probably either a label on the product or, you know, something to satisfy the utility, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think we're getting at there.
Yeah.
We could do that. Okay. Well, I think that's most of the questions at this point then. I guess we didn't really fully answer that very last one. Is that something that we'll look into, Tiffany, though?
Yeah,
Just whether there's a certification or something.
Oh, and let them know, because I know for some example, we've definitely provided Solis certified letters on our letterhead for utilities, as well as, some kind of indicator of it. Just, it kind of varies by utility if there's not a Canadian standard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds great. Well, that's great. Great bunch of questions. Thank you, everybody, for sending those in. I think we've answered most of them. I think I didn't put. There were two questions that I did not put answers to because they were similar to other ones, or we spoke about them already. So, okay. Well, that's fantastic. So, let me see. I guess I don't have too much else. So if we're happy to finish a little bit early, that's great. I do want to thank you, Tiffany, for your time, and Solis for providing this. I'm sure that other questions will come up after the webinar, and if they do, please feel free to reach out to us. You've got your team to reach out to, and I don't know if everybody's seen it in the web shop recently or not. Obviously, you see the recurring theme. I'm pushing this, but we've made a lot of improvements into the web shop. So if you log in there and you're wondering, hey, I wonder who's my contact person? Who do I reach out to? Once you log into our web shop, right at the very bottom right, you see an icon of a person, and if you click that, it'll show you who your account manager is. So I think it's just one of the little cool features that have come about recently. But feel free to reach out in any way, whether it's a phone call, an email, text message, however you like, and we'll get you those answers, and we'll relay them to Solis. So yeah, if you have any closing remarks, please feel free to say them, Tiffany. Otherwise, I want to thank you for your time, and we look forward to the next one having you here.
Yeah, we're here to support you guys, and we're excited about the new product. But yeah, please don't hesitate with questions. We're here to support you, and the BayWa team's also great at supporting as well. So thank you for having us again. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Thanks so much. You have a great day, and everybody else, you'll find the recording on the YouTube site in the future. But thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing many of you at ETC if you're there in the next few weeks. So, and otherwise, look forward to connecting again here real soon. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.